Do you know that you can make your food a nectar or a poison? It depends upon how you cook it, with what kind of utensils you cook it, and how you're processing your vegetables and other ingredient with it. So first of all, let's talk about what kind of utensils are good for cooking. And I'm going to give you some instructions today, which you may not like, and maybe especially your spouses will not like it, because I'm gonna ask them to throw those garbage pans out of the house. Okay, be ready for it, and you can have a little fight on it, which I did in my house too. You know what? I will tell you one story first. So, I have always been telling my wife, okay, throw out these sticky, non-sticky pans out of the house, and she will not, because easy things doesn't get sticky to it. And my wife went to India for 7 days. And what I did, when she was gone, I took all the utensils and threw that in the garbage can. I didn't want to be donated, by the way, because I didn't want other people to get sick. And when she came home, and I bought her all the ceramic and cast iron and stainless steel before she came. And she was looking for her parts and they were not available. But I have a reason for that, because I'm for health. And health is my personal matter. You cannot take a vitamin pill or herb pill or a drug make me healthy. What make you healthy is your thought process, your lifestyle, the food you put in your mouth, the exercise, the yoga, the breathing, the meditation, and the sleep. These are the factors which make you healthy. So first of all, throw away all those non-stick pans if you're using. They are garbage. They are cancer causing. Please. I can give you tons of research on it. All right. Number 2, don't use aluminium parts. They are also DNA damaging. They damage your DNA. The DNA is responsible for making replica of my cells. When you are damaging your DNA, you are making wrong copies of the cells. That's why body keep making new cells, and they make like exactly what had previously. When you make wrong cells, you can trigger diseases like arthritis, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer, lot of different things. And when people were eating made in the aluminum parts, their aluminum levels shot up. Not good for you. Then the best part for you are stainless steel. Yes, it has a nickel and chromium in it, but if you cook 6 times in it, and cook more acidic food like lemons or tomatoes, so it leaches out, and after 6 times the amounts are very negligible, so you can use it. And most of the time the Indian pressure cookers are aluminum. There are stainless steels available, but please spend some extra money to get stainless steel. You can also cook in earthen parts too. Those are also very healthy, by the way. Of course, you have to check if they don't have lead in them. And most of the thing which is coming to USA are lead free. I think folks in India has to watch for that one. You can also use ceramic parts. You can also use glass parts. Those are healthy for cooking. So these are about the parts. Now, cooking methods. Very common method of cooking is saute. Almost everybody, and in Indian language they call it tadka. Tadka means you actually making the food a little more spicier. That's what they call tadka. So saute, very common practice in Chinese, Korean, Indian, almost Russian, any culture. This practice is very common. So now let's look at the saute. What do we do in saute? First we put the oil, shortening. Then we throw some garlic, ginger, onion, other stuff in there. We put some spices in it. We make them brown, and then we add other things in it. So let's see what happened now. When you put the oil got heated up. The temperature of the oil is 500 to 550 degrees Fahrenheit. If that drop of oil falls on your skin, what it does, scalds it immediately. So that's doing to the vegetables, your garlic, ginger, onion, spices. It's destroying it, completely destroying it. So not the best method. Now you can ask Dr. Sodhi, then how are we gonna make the food? Okay, let's talk about that. The best method to cook is steaming. So you have a boiling water underneath it, you have a special sieve on top of it, and have a vegetable. There are particularly parts available, steaming parts, like very common in Chinese cooking too, available. Now you steam it as long as it's needed to, because different vegetables will have different steaming time. Once you steam it, then you take these vegetables, put in a pan, and don't heat on it, by the way, and you throw the oil, you put the salt and pepper, the spices, and I like you to use garlic, ginger, onion, coriander, cilantro leaves raw. Okay. If you do that, now you do retaining all the bioflavonoid, all the active principles in it. Another thing which we do wrong, we have a pre-mixed spice mixes available, which is destroyed, by the way, because when you actually grind the spices, the essential oils start to get rinsed, oxidized. When they're oxidized, it's not good for our body. And also, this gets stuck in our liver. Same thing, the fried food gets stuck in our liver. And most of us, if we do an ultrasound of a liver, you will see a report, very common, fatty degeneration of the liver. You know what that is? That means your normal liver cells has been replaced with the fat. Not good for it. Liver is responsible for detoxification, hormonal balance, and many other things, deamination, removing the urea from your system, ammonia from the system. So amazing functions done by the liver. Now, if your liver is compensated, most of us, we have 30 to 40% functioning liver, by the way. You know, this is sad to know, but that's true. So don't do that. So now, buy a coffee grinder, put spices in it, grind them fresh, sprinkle on the food, mix it, eat it, enjoy. Yes, maybe you have to change your palate, but this is the healthiest way of eating. Now, let's talk about some of the vegetables. When you cook them, what happens to them? Broccoli, very commonly known, very common, and most of the time we destroy it by cooking it. You know why? Because the broccoli has a compound which is precursor to sulforaphane, which is a active principle which comes from a precursor, glucoraphanin. Glucoraphanin combines with the enzyme myrosinase. When these two combine together, it makes sulforaphane. This sulforaphane is anti-cancer, very powerful anti-cancer, powerful for brain damage, means Alzheimer's disease, eyes, protects the eye, and so many other things it does. But when you're cooking it, because the myrosinase is very heat sensitive, destroys it. So another method is you chop the broccoli, let it sit for 40 minutes, like I put in a food processor, now fine. So now myrosinase releases and mixes with glucoraphanin and makes your sulforaphanes good. But most of the time, it needs around 40 minutes to do that. So now you can make soup, which is good. You have your sulforaphanes rich food, which is amazing good. But a lot of time people doesn't have that much time. So what you can do, you can steam your broccoli the way I told you, and you want to still keep it crunchy. If your broccoli turn yellow, that means destroyed it. Then you bring it out, put your garlic, ginger, all those stuff which you chopped up, and spices, salt, oil, and you put a half teaspoon of mustard seed powder, or you can use wasabi, or you can horseradish. So why we want to use it? You know why? You have tasted the wasabi or horseradish, like, oh my God, like a very strong, looks like there is a cloud rises up in your head there, and that is because of the enzyme myrosinase in it. So when you sprinkle on that mustard seed powder, or you put this one, half teaspoon is enough, or a small amount of wasabi or horseradish is enough. It activates the glucoraphanin into sulforaphane, and you got the best benefit out of it. Other vegetables. Now, most of other vegetables, steaming will be the best thing. Microwaving is another best method, which I don't really like it, but microwaving does not destroy a lot of compound. Boiling destroys it because a lot of things comes in the water. Frying completely destroys it. So don't encourage that. Once in a while, everything is allowed, but not on a regular basis. Certain vegetables will not get destroyed even if you cook it. And one of them is carrot and celery. Carrot, you can do most of anyway. It still keep its active principle, and same thing with celery. Asparagus also is very close to that, but frying destroy the asparagus. Although, I'm don't recommending frying, but if you have to sometime, fine. Once in a while, everything is fine. Okay, certain vegetables are very much heat sensitive, and one of them is your bell pepper. The bell pepper, there are 3 kinds of bell pepper: green, yellow, and red. And this is a nightshade family. A lot of people out there has issues. I get reflux with it. And I think especially after cooking, because maybe releasing some compound, which I have to do still studies, but it caused a reflux in me. So, but if you eat raw, the yellow bell pepper has the highest amount of vitamin C. And it also has a lot of bioprotective bioflavonoids in it, which is amazingly good. So try to eat bell peppers raw. And if you can add that into your daily food, you'll be surprised at how beneficial you are going to get this from these things. So the 3 vegetables, another thing which is really are really good is artichokes and beets and onions. I think they cooking does not destroy it too. So I think we talked about all these things, and if you like this, please subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon so that you can be updated. This is Dr. Virender Sodhi, first Ayurvedic Naturopathic medical physician in USA. Namaste.